Hi, my name is Megan Bercier, and this is my leadership video for the end of term. I know this wasn't one of the things that you asked us for. You just wanted a video. However, I am one of an overachiever, so I put together a little presentation for it as well. So, a little bit about me. I am from Texas, born and raised in Dallas. About 3 years ago, my husband and I moved from Heartland, Forney, Texas to Scurry. So we now live on 5 acres, and I love it so much. I am a big family person. I have been married, it'll be 15 years in January, and I have 4 kids. They are definitely my why and why I do a lot of things. And speaking of my a lot of things, what do I do? I last time I checked, I currently have 19 titles: wife, mother, obviously family, and all those things. But like when it comes to work, paid jobs, I full time. I'm an inclusion para working on my degree, so I can actually be an inclusion teacher. So I do that full time, part time. My title is technically a district manager for Auntie Anne's in Mesquite, the mall, but I'm actually over 3 locations. I've been there celebrating 20 years. Well, actually, I celebrated 20 years in October. I do that part time or when I can. And I also do seasonal tax prep. My friend owns an accounting business. She does the year round, all the accounting things where I'm one of our tax prep people throughout January to April. Those are my paid jobs. Unofficially unpaid, for the sake of I love doing things. I do a lot in ministry at my church. I lead a ladies group. I help with the ladies ministry. I help in the cafe. I plan our events. I'm on our prayer team. I'm on a welcome team. I'm on a lot of things in leadership in that. And I will actually touch base in my leadership style and how it's grown on that as well further into the presentation. My kids were big into football, and so in our Pee Wee League, I help that. I am the team mom for my youngest kids team, and then I also am. I volunteer. I help with the events. I help, and I run the concessions. I pretty much do whatever is needed of me or is asked. I'll do anything and everything for the babies. And then my son, my oldest, he is in middle school, and I'm on the CMS PTO. I help try to raise money and try to help pour back into the staff and kind of help encourage them to continue throughout their days, even when it's been a long day. Off the top of my head, those are what I do um, in the industry. So I have worked in the fast food industry for 20 years, like I stated. But I've also worked, I did banking. I was a teller for about 2 or 3 years. I've been in, so I'm a para this year, but I tried to teach. We have a TA program, a teacher apprentice. I tried that for 2 years. However, with how close I am at the end of school, it was just too much pressure because obviously I'm a workaholic. It was just, and I'm not the best student. So I just couldn't correlate both of those together. So I took a step back and went to a para position this year. So I'm in education, accounting. I also worked medical for 7 years. I worked the front office of urgent care. And I also worked back office where I did support for like payment posting. And then I also was a billing specialist. So I've done a little bit of a lot of things. And what do you see yourself staying in, or do you aspire to do something else? So, um, currently, my goal. Let me backtrack. So I'm in education because we moved out of district for Crandall ISD, and so for my kids wanted to stay here, so I took a job here. A great decision. But now that I've been here, I love it. I love the students. I've worked at the pretzel place, Auntie Anne's, my part-time job for 20 years, not because I'm passionate about pretzels, but because I'm passionate about our young people. They need somebody to help guide them and to help mold them into the next generation of workers. Not saying I am the answer to that. However, I can help with that. And if I can, I want to. But in the education, my goal is, I don't really know specifically what I want to teach. I love what I do right now. Again, it's inclusion para, so I go in and help the students. But I am coaching too. And so that's kind of in a nutshell what my long-term goal is. I don't see myself slowing down with any of my other positions either, but everything I do has a little bit of some type of leadership in it. So yes. Oh, I put those on there twice. There's that. Okay, so the next one is a little bit about me and all the things that I do. So favorable and unfavorable leaders. So I have a list of leaders that I currently work with on a regular basis. I have Mike Harper, Kim Harper, Madison Hall, Joseph Melms, Dean Stoltzfus, Lauren, and Zach Stanley. So the top two are leaders that it's my pastor and his wife, and they have been a mentor to me for the last however many years. I've been in the church for 30 years, so about 15 years that they've poured into me, and they help guide me in my leadership skills. So I do know that one of the things that I struggle with is my tone, because I do have a direct and an assertive approach to a lot of things, and it comes off kind of harsh. And so they've been able to kind of help guide me to, I wouldn't say correct, but to what's the word? To improve, that. And then I have Madison Hall and then Joseph Melms. They're two people that I work really closely with at school. Madison is the head coach that I am learning from in her leadership and coaching styles. So she's able to help pour into me. I've played soccer, but knowing it on a non-player level, knowing it on the other side of coaching, I've been able to see a lot of leadership and growth in that. And then Mr. Melms is my head principal that I get to work with fairly regularly and kind of take his guidance and suggestions in my growth and what I want to do education wise. Dean is my boss at Annie's for 20 years. 20 years. Like he's poured into me in all sorts of things, has helped mold me and correct and improve my management over the 20 years that I've been with him. And then Zach and Lauren are my brother and sister. I work with them just on a family based and a personal relationship of leadership. So again, I am a firm believer in leadership is everywhere you go, and it's in any relationship that you have. I don't have it listed, but I do professional or popular, whatever you want to call them, type leaders. A lot of it's faith-based for me. Matt Chandler, Beth Moore, are just two that if I'm looking for, a self book, not even a self book, but like an improvement book, those are generally where I'll go to. But I do use my Audible app to come up with leadership or mentoring type books to listen to or podcasts as well. So me as a leader now, so they do these little people could make comments about you and they cut them out and put them on our doors. And ironically, I'm doing this video now, but these are what I've gotten, the comments that I've actually gotten the last couple of months. Encouraging. There's always something good in every situation. You can always find something. I'm a motivator. I believe in you, and I'm going to help you along the way. So I tell my kid, Mr. I want to go to NFL. Great. Don't tell me your goals because I'm going to be the one that's going to push you, check on you, and hold you accountable because we are going to meet that goal together. I'm direct. There is no need to fluff expectations. This is the expectation. This is why it's the expectation. We're going to meet that expectation. And I'm very hands-on. So at my pretzel job, I am typically the one that's making the pretzels, but at the same time, I don't just stay in that spot. If we have a line, if we have whatever the case is, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to help fill orders. I'm going to help prep orders. I'm going to help in every way because at the end of the day, I am leading us, but we are all meeting that goal together. My vision is, again, tied to a lot of faith. What I stand on in a nutshell for my vision statement is love God, love others. My vision is centered around loving others, and my best way to love is to be a doer. We are not perfect, but that doesn't mean we can't continue to try. I know this isn't really like based off of what we've learned so far, but this is in a nutshell how I see myself. So how they're seeing me, they said, again, they literally just said words about me, but helpful, willing, and positive. I am definitely an optimist. I always see pink and all the things. This is not my norm, just not what I usually wear, just saying. If you can't tell by my presentation. So conclusion, so theory, styles, and behaviors. I have been able to put, I've learned like to put words into my why. So like with our, on the next one. So like the leadership, vision, power, theory, like all the information that we went over in the breakdown, I've learned a little bit of all of it. I wouldn't say I've learned it. However, I'm now seeing, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And so good leaders will be a variety of things. We are not robots and should be able to decipher the best way to lead our people based off the needs. And that's again in education. I can't teach every kid the exact same way. When I came into education, one of the biggest things that stuck out to me was differentiation. I couldn't mentally grasp what that was. And so I was lucky enough to be able to sit in other classes and veteran teachers that kind of helped explain to what it was. And then one day it just clicked and I got it. And in a nutshell, you can't teach everybody the same. Not everybody learns the same. Me personally, I'm a hands-on person. So I taught art in my TA program and I knew nothing about art, but I'm a doer. So one of the critiques I had was I went too fast. Well, yes, because these are words and they may not get, like if I say draw a circle, okay, you're going to put your paper on your desk, you're going to get your pencil, you're going to put it on your paper, and then you're going to go in a circle. But if they don't know what a circle is, how can they write it in a circle? So I would just say, I would read the instructions. Okay, today we are going to draw a circle. We're going to get our paper, we're going to get our pen, we're going to put pen to paper, and we're going to draw a circle. And then I would ask, what does a circle look like? People would raise their hands. Cool, let's do it together. Here's your paper. And then we would go over, oh, that to me is differentiation and taking it all together. Or some kids would rather just be independent. Cool, there's a video for those of you that don't want to work with us. If you want to work independently and watch more closely, there's a video in the classroom already posted that you can walk through and you can watch and then work through your way there. And then I would go around and help them. I'm a doer. I am hands-on. I am that. So anyway, so there's that. And that's my last one. So I hope this was what you were wanting. I loved your class. I loved your feedback. I loved your timeliness, and I loved a lot of things about it. So I definitely feel like I've learned a lot, and I definitely appreciate it because this was, I think, my second or third attempt. So you were appreciated. Thank you.